continuing our little journey into the Jazz Cafe performance tonight with Skinny Man, we have an entrepreneur here who has been on the streets for years selling his CDs hand to hand like this. All right? You want to show people what you do? Oh, you don't even know what the CDs are. Unprofessional. All right, so yeah, he's got his little packs of CDs and everything, and this is what he does. All right, so I've known him for years. His brother actually used to DJ for me back in the days when I was just doing rehearsals before I even made a record. He goes by the name of Mayhem. Okay, so everybody, here's Mayhem.
Well, I'm actually Mayhem of the Motherland. To make it easy for everyone, it's Mayhem of the Motherland, M.O.M, because there's Mayhem from this and that Swedish rock band. So when I licensed as Mayhem of the MLT, but because there were so many Mayhems and people were thinking I was gangster, I thought M.O.M just gets me away from kind of like the hardcore crowd, and you know, you can't be like, you know, Big Mama or something like that and be gangster. So yeah, so M.O.M, that's the new moniker. Yeah.
All right, so do you want to tell people what you're doing here tonight?
I'm really just trying to increase like on my fan base at the moment. I've got a really good new website that I've built up myself, and it's really just about getting traffic going through. So I'm just trying to go around to events where there's a consumer base that listens to hip hop that I like. So, you know, Skinny Man, you know, he's definitely one of the top 20 people as far as the hip-hop fraternity. Yeah, so it's just accessing a consumer base. So I've got a great website, I've got products to sell, so I'm just trying to get people to go through there and, you know, hopefully cop a couple of singles or something. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell people what the website is?
It's motherlandtriberecords.co.uk, motherlandtriberecords.co.uk. And I've also got a sub-website, something called Artist Direct, so artistdirect.motherlandtriberecords.co.uk. I've just launched a guy called Tigo DiCaprio on there as well. He's a nice artist from Brixton, so slowly expanding as well. Got my first sign into the Artist Direct, so it's not just me anymore with bare different pseudonyms pretending to people. I'm like 10, 12 people, so yeah, I got someone else.
All right, so you've been doing this for numerous years now. So do you want to tell people how long you've been doing it? And also, do you have any idea how many CDs you've actually sold? Because I've manufactured a lot for you, so I know you sold a lot, right? So unless you're just giving them out, you know.
Well, I mean, like when I did my first mixtape, kind of before I was getting printed from you, I ordered like my first amount of inlays, which were 10,000. So Return of the King, which was my first kind of just promotional, any donation over £1, that was 10,000 out of the bag. Then my second, then after that I released London Sophie, which was a AA single, and you know, because that was selling for £2.50, I was just selling loads and loads of units of that. So I'm saying I've sold over 1 million units since 2007. So, you know, it seems a lot, but you know, as a salesman professionally, you know, Sainsbury's probably sells 1 million units in a day. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's really
that's an achievement, bro. 1 million.
Yeah, and that's not even including the people that turned me down that was listening to the music for half an hour and they said no.
You know, there are artists that are way more recognized than you are that have sold like 5,000.
Yeah, Cheeky Girls, salute. Like, salute to the Cheeky Girls, man. Milli Vanilli, salute. Like, honestly, I wish I could sell them kind of numbers. Like.
But yeah, so I mean, when you were doing your music and everything, at what point did you kind of think, all right, you know what, I'm going to be at all the clubs? Do you go into the clubs and the events to watch, or do you just stand outside and sell what you're doing? So
I mean, before COVID, like, yeah, definitely, I was all over it. I mean, before COVID, I went to what's the guy's name, man? M.O.M. Like, he's like an American kind of blues soul singer, guitarist. So yeah, I go into mad events. I've been into like Fat Freddy's Drop. I've been into like Prodigy. Like, I got to spit with KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane in here by accident. So yeah, I always go inside, but I'm really out here because I decided in like 2012, you know, I got a little bit of a few personal problems with society and stuff. So, you know, working for someone else and not being able to control your work environment, who you're working alongside, stuff like that, it was really kind of eating at me. So I thought, you know, being self-employed and having my own business was the best way to go. So it just turned out that selling my own music was just a sensible thing. So really, I just come to the event.
You do realize who you're talking to, right?
Yeah. Like, and to be quite truthful,
You don't have to sell it to me.
yeah. But I'm, as you're asking it, I'm actually just thinking myself. But yeah, I'm glad you kind, because really you're the template. So I'll be truthful. When in 2006, I did a course in Battersea with Urban Voice. Then got sent on to an apprenticeship at Premises Studio. So since then, it's really just been following what you mans did from the independent days back in the 80s. And then when I went into jungle as well, they were all independent. So I've always been around people that have just been doing it themselves. But then because of my parents and my background, it's always you have to work a job, you have to have security. So I never ever thought of just going self-employed.
But you were more like, I'm not going to conform to what these people do. They might teach me something in school, but I'm not necessarily going to go and learn what they want to teach me, and I'm going to teach myself what I want to do and do what I do.
I mean, I think it's the other way around. I think I learned what they learned me, but I think
what they taught you. They didn't teach you well. You learned what they taught you, not what they learned me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they dumbed me down, but it's like, I've always been able to like learn the system and follow the system through my mom and my siblings and stuff, because they were all straight laced. But I've always kind of had like my road friends and stuff like that. So I'm just saying to you, there's a certain pure skill, a business skill that you get from the roadmans and people that are more free spirited that's not in the technical business. So the reason I do my selling and make my money this way is because it still gives me the kind of energy I get as a raver, as someone who likes music, someone who likes people and interacting. So having to just find random consumers through Google ads and trailing Instagram and stuff like that, checking out random accounts, for me it's like soul destroying. Do you see what I mean? So everything I do as a business is just based around my natural algorithm. I'll be at a Skinny Man event, like chatting to people anyway, even if I wasn't selling. So it's just a bonus that I can make a living out of what I love. Do you know what I mean? And that's following your formula. Trust, because even my brother flopped. Like, he printed up 1,000 vinyl and he didn't even try to move them. Like, you got through the ego, and that's what it is in the game. Yeah, like I say to people, certain people can't be out here and getting refused personally because it will break their ego. You're one of the masters of getting through that and just understanding it's just business. You see what I mean? So if someone comes into McDonald's and says, "Oh, this burger's shit," you didn't make the burger. It's McDonald's burger. You're just working for your wage. So to be able to separate yourself as a businessman and an artist is very hard. But you told me the other day your situation. Do you see what I mean? And you broke through that barrier and you were able to separate and see it as business. So man's just following the elders. Like, that's what you do, innit? You get me? Like,
But you realize the youngers are the ones who have the actual formula more down packed than we had.
I disagree, man. I think the management companies are very more advanced and they know how to...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, overall, the overall business structure is...
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's not the artist. Like, you mans, you were the artist. So although you had management and stuff, they couldn't mess around like they could now because you guys understood the game. So for me, when you're saying the artist, you could really say the management company is the artist, because there's
good point.
There's no real business drive from the artist of where the product's going. Whereas in you guys' generation, you were driving the look of the product, the feel of the product, the demographic, and then the company went and found those people for you. As opposed to now, the company just trails the bottom of the whatever and just say, "Oh yeah, here's some half retarded people that will just like drink themselves silly and just come and buy your ticket anyway." So I don't really want that kind of consumer. Do you see what I mean? Like, I grew up in music that was like, it saved people's lives, man. You know what I'm saying? It helps you find friends and stuff like that. So I'd rather just make a little bit of money and be happy. You get me?
Okay. And now we're gonna kind of turn the tables a little bit, and I'm gonna let everyone know that you see this guy, right? When I decided I was gonna pack in the CD business, this guy was pissed off at me.
Cuz, like, honestly, like,
the hate emails I was getting and the WhatsApp messages, Jesus Christ. Come on, tell him.
Listen, like, I basically contacted Milli Vanilli. I contacted like cheeky girls. I said, "Listen, like, we gotta go and get this up. He's shutting down my CD operation." Trust me, I was on him, cuz, like, honestly. Like, I had to go through counselling, you know what I mean? I got an appointment for my doctor next week because I'm so stressed out. Luckily enough, I found a new CD supplier, so everything's all forgiven now in this piece. And now he's even better because he's got a channel. You know what I mean? So he's not doing CDs, but he's doing the channel, the big boy channel.
You know what? I mean, like, when we were doing the CDs back in the days, like even going back to 10 years, I remember standing outside and talking to you about why I was doing it, and I was saying it was all about trying to help artists, but it got to the end of the line where I just didn't feel I could help artists anymore because not enough artists are doing the CDs. So I wanted to transcend that into the channel because I feel I can help people and I can see the changes happening. Do you know what I mean?
And I've got to be truthful with you, man. Like, you know, and that's the reason you guys are always a step ahead, because it's like I had so much resistance to you stopping the CD thing, because I was like, well, why stop both? But now I realize, like, time and energy has to be focused to manifest stuff. So what you've done in a short space of the channel is crazy. You know them ones. It's like,
But I did tell you that, and you kept, and I distinctly remember you going, Blade, you're a fucking sellout, you're this, you're that.
let me just defend myself. All I was saying, yeah, because basically I created my own website. So all I was saying that basically, like, you know, like giving it to YouTube or anyone, just like have your own website like myself with your own video content and go exclusive. But to be quite truthful, it's like now I've seen what you're doing, it just makes sense anyway. Because realistically, you can get double money anyway. Do you see what I mean? So you can get the money out of YouTube, and then when you want, it gets popular, you can basically just cut it off and go exclusive, or just do both. So,
yeah, but you know what we're doing is not all about money. You know, we're not driven by money. We're driven by, well, me personally, I'm driven by making a scene so that everyone can make money. Because right now, I don't feel that we have the scene where people can make money. I'm tired of hearing artists complaining about, oh, I done a show, no one paid me. Do you know what I mean? I made a record label fucked me. Do you know what I mean? And it needs to change, bro.
100%, but you know, unfortunately, the opposing powers have got monetary power to kind of move things forward. So I'm just saying to you, you know, you can pretend all you want that money isn't important, but you have to have. If you don't have money, you have to have a massive network of human beings that's going to chip in some efforts.
No one said money wasn't important. We just said money wasn't the priority. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
The priority is let's build a scene because the money will come when the scene is built.
Yeah. I mean, for me, my priority is just a human being, bro. I just love human beings. So
Your priority was to cuss me on WhatsApp.
Cause I was so hurt, cause I was like, cause you don't understand, it was like I was like, Rob, what am I gonna do? Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll be truthful. I was getting some good prices as well, so I wasn't complaining. As
You can't tell the prices.
I mean, listen, 55p all day long, like, you know them ones, like what?
You can never tell people the prices because you got prices nobody got.
Well, listen, like,
anyway.
It's not my fault they didn't have a 10-year older brother that used to DJ for you. You get me? But yeah, but just to say as well, like, literally, cause like realistically, you are my employer. Because the amount of money I flipped on the CDs because of you, it helped me pretty much do everything. So everything I've built is really off of like your being able to give me like a product to sell on. So, you know what I mean? I've said all the time, if I ever get one of those mad Grammys or whatever, you gotta be probably my first or second in line to, do you know what I'm saying? Because like you've definitely had my back. And not only me, like the amount of people I've heard from Brixton to North, East, South saying, yeah, Blaze helped me when I was down, like, I mean, so, you know, Phoenix, Ice Fire, them, man, Triple, everyone's. So yeah, definitely salute, man. And that's why he's on my new thing as well, 45 Kings, he's on one of the crowns, Blade, 100%, fam, 100%.
All right, wicked. So basically, you know where to find him. Do you want to give everyone your social media as well? Because you said the website, but not the socials.
My social medias is motherlandtriberecords.co.uk because I don't do social medias. But definitely check out 521 on YouTube. Blade is the king, and you've got some amazing interviews coming up as well. And yo, get a cameraman some, ma. No, seriously, get a cameraman some, ma.